Hello, thanks for having me. My name is Thomas Engelmann. I'm heading the energy transition team at KGAL Investments. So for my further career, I'm heavily involved in technological related investment processes and always working in the arms from an investor's point of view to look for new projects, new markets in the environment of infrastructure related with energy. So the hydrogen market is not a new market. So to be very clear, hydrogen was there for over 100 years. So this is not new. The new thing is hydrogen could be an energy as a carrier for an energy vector, which helps us to decarbonize. So the first question is you need an investor and you need an investment philosophy with a clear target to make it economically environmental friendly. That means ESG must play a role. And then for sure, hydrogen can play a significant role in certain investment areas where we realize that a lot of CO2 footprint or the CO2 footprint is significantly high. Here, hydrogen will play in the future definitely a very interesting instrument to invest in as infrastructure, but also for liquid investment equity classes. So related to asset classes, it's clear we have always the chances, say it from the very outside, hydrogen infrastructure is available in at the very beginning of the value chain, means project ideas are coming out where a lot of infrastructure related core parts are not available. This is definitely what we have very high in the hydrogen market at the moment. Most of the projects, we call them, are in the infant area where we have in the planning phase, in the development phase. This is what we are facing at the moment, at least in Europe, in the hydrogen infrastructure. In relation to producing hydrogen, and here the question is producing hydrogen based on CO2 neutral sources. We are more in the opportunistic value add risk profile area. The reason for that is clear. The technology is not new, so we do not face at the moment to a couple of parts so much technology risk, but the price sensitivities in the market are difficult because the production of hydrogen based on CO2 neutral processes are severe more cost intensive than hydrogen based the normal way or the normal route based on CO2 fossil driven processes. So this is the risk why the spotlight here comes then, that this is an opportunistic risk profile because the market price at the moment is somehow higher than the common market price based on fossil fuels. This will change in the future because most of societies realize that CO2 is something what has a cost, so to say, to add. And this is why green hydrogen potentially will play, in particular, in the future, a very severe and important role. The second part of your question, core assets. And we discussed this internally in our team as well. For sure, hydrogen as a molecule is not new. That means if you have hydrogen available, you cannot distinguish anymore where it came from. So a lot of core assets supporting the increase of the hydrogen market are available. I give you an example. A typical investment in a compressor manufacturer who makes a compressor station to bring hydrogen from A to B or bring hydrogen and condense it in a more decent way. The same instrument can be done for hydrogen or for gas. I don't care for that. But you will need these kind of compressor products in the future if you deal more and more with hydrogen. And this is a typical example for there are opportunities in the market that some companies more on the liquid side, will have in the future a better retrofit, a better footprint for hydrogen processes than others, because they have products in their product schedules which support the hydrogen market. In the infrastructure related part, infrastructure seen as project supporting, for example, the hydrogen market, I would see the only thing what is here more core is the midstream pipelines area. One prerequisite what an investor should have is they should have a certain kind of a target screening of their investment classes whenever they have ESG involved and potentially the E part, then it helps a lot, because hydrogen, in particular green hydrogen, will play one of the magic keys, to be honest, to decarbonize certain sectors of the economy, the transport sector, the industry, the heat sector. So these are the transport sector. These are sectors which can be transformed into a decarbonized way, and to a high extent, hydrogen can play here a role. So whenever you are answering all the questions on ESG with a yes, and then hydrogen is now a perfect way to transform whole economies from an old area of, let's call it CO2 loaded, to a new area of an economy which can be CO2 at least neutral. Hydrogen is one key element for using that as an energy vector.